Hello everyone and welcome to the Catawba Central International Raceway here, course number 2, the international course here in Port Clinton, Ohio for the round of Port Clinton, round 12 of the ARCSOA Elite Series. The season is coming down to the wire here and we are expecting this season to be something to watch, especially with some drivers after their American 700s really kind of improving the mark. However, less and less drivers are becoming realistically eligible for the championship, so this is really crunch time for everyone. Let's go down to your starting grid. Starting from the pole today, we have Kenny Myatt, the Ohio native, was critical in trying to get this race up to North Central Ohio, kind of the home of ARCSOA up here, near the ARCSOA Hall of Fame. The international circuit is a much better track, and Kenny Myatt was really happy to see that. Another Ohioan in row 2, in position number 2, that is Roman Rahal. From another region of Ohio, not from the North Central Ohio region, but great to have him. But I'm sure he's going to be excited to be qualifying this high up the order for his team here. P3 goes to Sean Perkins, a third Ohioan who doesn't live too far from here. His hometown is White House, Ohio. And position number 4, we have Eric Monaco. Monaco nearly won the American 700 last week. Noah Hart is in P5. Hart's looking to really close back in some points that he might have lost at the American 700. Remember, at the last 2 road courses, Noah Hart won the race. And our American 700 champion, DJ Curtis, will be starting alongside Noah Hart. Madeline Myatt and Nick Pericles would start on the next row back, both of which had a good qualifying run as well. Jacob Hart and Benoit Lotharavine on the next row with Zachary Fitzwater, Scott Roush on the next row with Aiden Shepard and Tanya Jackwater as well. Jesse Turner and Ryan Hopp round out the next row here. Ryan Hopp's in a special paint scheme as Jesse Turner goes back to his original scheme. Ryan Hopp will be running this scheme, I believe, for the rest of the year. No word on if Jesse Turner will be changing schemes either. Vince Freeze and Tim Fiegel will be the next cars on the grid there. Freeze is within striking distance of Cody Lamas for the championship lead. Trek Tauger and Cody Lamas will be on the next row here. Cody Lamas did not qualify very well at all. On the next row back, we have Alex Spencer, who had a very terrible qualifying run, and Sean Ard, who did some heroics in the American 700, getting pretty high up the grid. Connor Monaco and Mean Ratzenberger are the next 2 cars on the grid. Both drivers are looking to do quite well in this race. Christian Vanderpesch had a very terrible qualifying, and Do It for Dale Jr. once again shows that road courses aren't his strength. Tyler Thaber and Maverick Force will be on the next row back. And then as we kind of round out the order here, Johannes Rudavara, Clara Irwin, and Kitsune Hashimoto round out the starting grid here at Catawba Central. With that being said, ARCSOA is back home again in Ohio, here just outside of the ARCSOA Hall of Fame. We, of course, have been at this facility before, but on a different track. In the last full season that we ran, we were at the Catawba Central International Raceway, but we were on the club circuit, which a lot of drivers didn't like. So this could be a very interesting race for a lot of people, because this is a new track. However, it's not a new area. Let's get down to the race. Kenny Myatt will lead the field of 31 down to the green here at Catawba Central International Raceway. And away we go here at this track here in Port Clinton, Ohio. Roman Rahal does a great job trying to block Sean Perkins there, but doesn't... Oh, he does actually get to shove the block there. So a great job there trying to get to prevent Sean Perkins from getting the preferred line from turn 1 as they go through turn number 2. Very quick start to the race. Oh, there goes the 82 around. The 8 turns the 82 of Pericles. And Pericles is in the litter. Will he be able to get out? It looks like it. He has that car going here. As they go through some of these corners here, this track is actually kind of similar to Edmonton in the way it kind of flows. Oh, it looks like Fiegel goes over the curve a little bit there. A little bit of contact there with Vince Freeze and Benoit Lotharavine. Very close racing here at Catawba Central on this first lap. Lotharavine dives underneath Fiegel here. But it's so far, so good of a start other than the Pericles car going around on that start. Good start up the order here. Oh, Perkins has lost a number of spots here since the start of this race. Monaco and Myatt are going to get by as Rahal and Hart now have slotted to second and third. Oh, there goes the 91 off there. They somehow save it. I don't know how they did that, but they did save it there as the 19 is all over the back of the 91. However, Kenny Myatt will lead the first lap here at Catawba Central International Raceway. This race is a very important one for Kenny. I don't think there's a single track in the world where he would want to get his 26th victory, his record-breaking victory more than anywhere else. Now, other than his home state of Ohio, this track is very important to him. He was very critical in getting the race moved to North Central Ohio, kind of the birthplace of ARCSOA, near the ARCSOA headquarters building and the Hall of Fame building. Of course, the Catawba Central International Raceway circuit was around the Hall of Fame building. The club circuit is. This track's kind of by the Hall of Fame, but course 2, the international course, is kind of by the Hall of Fame, but it's also mainly surrounding the ARCSOA headquarters building. And it looks like, oh, Noah Hart's all over the back of Roman Rahal now. That's where things are going to get interesting, as Madeline Myatt and Sean Perkins and Jacob Hart are all fighting for 5th as well here. That's where things are going to get very wild here as they go up the order. As, ooh, looks like Vanderpesch also went off the road as well somewhere, as did Connor Monaco for that matter. This was an incident between Vanderpesch and Monaco as, oh, Vanderpesch would go hit the curb and slide off the road, and Monaco would actually back into the wall. So tough break for Connor Monaco on the start. Cody Lamas has gained a couple of spots since the start because Monaco and Vanderpesch went off the road, but Vince Fries and Lamas are the two main championship contenders as they rocket down the front stretch to start lap 3. And I'm sure Vince Fries wants to get as many positions as he can on the 48 car. Neither car qualified very well in this race and are kind of struggling with this Catawba Central International Raceway course, which is, kind of surprising because Fries was so strong around the Edmonton circuit. This Fiegel goes underneath Jackwater for position as well. I think Fries is going to follow suit. And you just don't want to be on an off line here because this track isn't very fun if you're on the outside. It doesn't seem like. Seems like there's a lot of grip, interesting grip there on the outside. Tauger versus, that would be Alex Spencer there. That's kind of getting racy as well as Spencer qualified way in the back here. We know that DNC car is quick. Scott Roush is doing a really good job in 10th position. Shepard and Curtis are sliding around here. Contact between Jesse Turner and Roush there. This is the kind of close quarters racing that this new international circuit is expected to race on. The ARCSOA drivers weren't exactly too pleased with course number 1 here, which is, of course, like I said, the other side of the ARCSOA Hall of Fame facility here. The club circuit did not run very well for them. This is going to be the Formula Omega circuit. And I'm kind of interested to see that as Jesse Turner does get by DJ Curtis there. Jesse Turner is on a tear through the field here. He has one of the fastest cars in the race so far right now here. Looks like here comes Scott Roush on DJ Curtis now. Scott Roush was he's passing his own car. That's the winning team owner, or he's related to the team owners of the Roush Menards racing team, and the winning driver of the American 700 doing battle with each other there. Sean Perkins has lost a number of more positions here as, looks like here comes Zachary Fitzwater, the mad Australian Captain Kangaroo himself, trying to get by Sean Perkins there. Doesn't look like Fitzy's going to get that run there, but here comes Jacob Hart now on the inside of the 91. 19 versus 91 on the track. Looks like the 19's going to easily get that spot. He is, again, one of the fastest cars on the track. But by far the fastest car on the track is race leader Kenny Myatt as he is streaking away from Roman Rahal in 2nd and Noah Hart in 3rd. DJ Curtis continues his fall down the order as now it looks like Brian Hopt is all over the back of him in that red, green, and white car. I actually kind of like the other scheme a little bit better. It looks a little bit interesting on the sides there, but this is going to be a scheme for the rest of the year as he clearly gets by DJ Curtis there. As it looks like Curtis is falling through the field. Curtis was expecting to possibly close in on Vince Fries and Cody Lamas today. Doesn't look like that's going to be the case, although DJ Curtis, on a lot of these point-and-shoot road courses, doesn't tend to do very well. He's more of a flowing road course kind of guy, as Vince Fries, his teammates all over him. This has not been a great day for the Roush Menards racing team. The highest running car is in 13th position because the 70 is all the way down in 22nd here. As we go through the order here, it looks like Clara Irwin also lost a couple of spots there as well. Connor Monaco is a man on a tear, though, up to 27th. He is one of the faster cars on track right now, actually. Vince Fries now makes the move on DJ Curtis, trying to separate one more position between him and Cody Lamas. Lamas has gotten by Jackwater. And this is where things get very interesting with them. Because, like I said, the championship battle is very much heating up. Aiden Shepard now is under threat by Jesse Turner here, going through the field here. Turner is, like I said, a man on an absolute tear through this field. He has probably the second fastest car, other than the 9 at the front of the field here. He is struggling a little bit, though, on the outside there, as Aiden Shepard now is trying to make a move on the very slow Sean Perkins car. Not a great track for Perkins either, even though it is his home race. Although his teammate seems to be doing a lot better here. Matty Myatt is, oh, that was almost contact there between the 6 and the 12, or between the 36 and the 12. And that's going to be a very interesting battle as we keep going, as Fitzwater kind of works his way through the order as well here. Jacob Hart has closed in on Eric Monaco, Noah Hart, and Roman Rahal. This group is battling quite hard now, and it's actually looking like Jacob Hart can be a threat as this race keeps going, too. He was, again, another strong car at Edmonton. If it wasn't for a driver mistake, he would have probably had a podium, actually, there. Remember, Noah Hart also has won the last 2 road course races in the season. However, it's going to take a big effort to try and catch that 9 at this current pace, although I believe the 19 is as quick as him. Actually, no, the 91 is faster than the 9 right now. Nick Pericles is trying to slice and dice through the field as well after that miserable start to the race for him. Pericles is trying everything he can to get up through this field here at Catawba Central. Pericles is a championship contender, however, his hopes are slowly slipping away because of lack of consistency, really. Pericles has had a good car throughout the season, he just doesn't have the luck to really back it up. Connor Monaco gets by Tyler Thaber for position as well here, as Do It For Dale Jr. and Mean Ratzenberger are going to be doing battle as well. Sean Ard, who is captain of Perseverance in the American 700, is up to 20th position. Still not a great run for the Thunder X team, or not Thunder X, Civic Motorsports team. His teammate Connor Monaco is quicker than him, though, even though despite having rear end damage. Jacob Hart's going to try and make a move on Eric Monaco with a late braking move down here. This is a really good move here. He's trying to get the bump and run to Eric Monaco to get that position there, but Monaco is holding steady there in 4th position and forces Jacob Hart to go the long way around turn 2. So Hart's not going to get it there. However, this is allowing Eric Monaco to challenge Noah Hart for 3rd. Eric Monaco, I believe, has the most second-place finishes in ARCSOA history without a victory. So I'm more interested to see if Eric Monaco can maybe close that and finally win a race. However, he's going to take a big ask for the 9 to break, or for the 9 to anybody to catch the 9, because the 9 is setting blisteringly fast lap times right now. He is a man on a mission trying to get his record-breaking 26th ARCSOA Elite Series victory, and this could be the day for it, because Kenny Myatt looks amazingly strong around here. Keep in mind, Nick Mace is in the paddock because this is the Hall of Fame race, and I would expect Nick Mace to be, knowing kind of the relationship of those first 4 drivers, of Nick Mace, Jacob Hart, Noah Hart, and Kenny Myatt, I'm sure Nick Mace is really happy to see Kenny Myatt leading this event. Jesse Turner would then get into Aiden Shepard, and around he goes into the wall. That's going to be Shepard out of the race, or not out of the race, but having to go to the pits for some damage repair. He took a pretty heavy hit there. Aiden Shepard's luck this season has not been the greatest. He could have won the American 700, probably had the only car that would challenge DJ Curtis at the end, other than maybe Eric Monaco. But Aiden Shepard would have to bring it down pit road and get that damage repaired. So tough break for poor Aiden Shepard. Eric Monaco would finally make a move around Noah Hart there on the inside of that little kink there. Oh, there's contact! Noah Hart sliding off the track trying to get by Monaco again, defending his position, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case there as Monaco slots into 3rd position and has to chase down Roman Rahal and the 2 Ohioans in the top 2 right now. And it looks like Rahal's going to be a lot easier to catch than Kenny Myatt, who's setting a 38.8 right now. That's very impressive, although Eric Monaco is a lot quicker than Roman Rahal. Vince Freeze and Cody Lummis have continued their assault up this field here. However, they're trying to get by Tim Fiegel here, and I'm pretty sure Cody Lummis' big concern is to try and get by the 50. But the 50 doesn't seem to be making any mistakes here. Obviously, I think Cody Lamas is going to want to have Vince Freeze get a bigger lead here. However, I believe we had a car hit the wall. I think it was Sean Perkins here, and there's some contact in front of him here. We're going to see what brought out this little incident here, as Perkins was running pretty high up the order here before this. And now they're battling 3 wide in front of Vince Freeze, so you want to be really careful if you're Freeze in this situation. Jesse Turner continues his reign of terror of turning cars into the wall here, and I'm guessing Turner might get a steward's inquiry for this, because that's probably not how you're going to want to handle yourself around here. Also, Scott Roush with a little bit of damage there as well. Here comes Vince Freeze up the inside of Tim Fiegel around the inside of that little kink there. However, Fiegel has the run through this kink. It's all going to be who has the most guts entering through that. Looks like Freeze actually held on to it a bit there, and that's going to help Freeze get through, but it also looks like Cody Lamas is going to follow right through, so Freeze is always trying to get more and more points on Lamas, but Lamas just keeps following him through. So Lamas is doing everything he can to try and keep that point lead, or point gap, to a minimum closing rate as it can be. Scott Roush and Sean Perkins would now go at battle here, as Roush was not, I'm guessing, isn't too happy with the fact that Perkins kind of merged on the track like that. However, in that corner, there's really not a ton of runoff room there to mess with. As here comes Roush now trying to get any kind of move around Perkins. Doesn't look like that's going to be the case, though, so far right now. But, oh, Perkins goes wide there, and Roush is going to try and get under here. And this actually might end up being a good move by Roush here, because Roush has the inside through the kink here, but has the outside through the, or has the outside through this kink here. And, oh, now he is. Oh, but here comes Perkins back here. This is the kind of racing that we expect out of this Catawba Central International Raceway circuit. And it looks like, oh, here they go through the chicane here. Ooh, Roush had to barely hang on to it there. Perkins is all over the road trying to hold on to it as well. And it looks like Perkins is going to hold the spot for right now. Eric Monaco would look underneath Roman Rahal for second position here, as Monaco dives underneath him here. We're going to see if he can make the move stick here. And it seems like a pretty even balanced track here, but it looks like Monaco is going to get the spot quite cleanly here. So Eric Monaco to P2, and now his main goal is to try and chase down Kenny Myatt, who's in practically his own zip code right now. Scott Roush would get passed here by the 50 car, but a 50 would actually force him off a bit here as Perkins brings it down pit road as well here. The 50 is going to get by, but look who's following him right on his tail bumper there. Right on his tail is the 48, so it looks like the 48's going to try and get by as well. And like I'm saying, the 48 is just not letting Freeze get away from him that much. So this is kind of a very interesting battle here. Oh, it looks like the 48's going to try and give a bump and run to the 50. And it actually looks like the 4 and the 21 were going at it as well, so very close racing in this midfield. Connor Monaco has been the biggest mover in the field so far. He obviously got into a wreck on the first lap, but has already worked his way up to P18. He was down in 29th at one point. Now he is just clawing his way tooth and nail through this field, and that's what we want to see out of Connor Monaco. He's got a bright future ahead of him, just like his brother does in the lead, or in second place in this race right now, as he has the big goal to try and catch the 9. We initially missed this incident earlier on in the race as Sean Ard and Alex Spencer would make contact, and that would send Spencer around into the outside wall. So Spencer would actually have a long, hard, would actually have to go on a long, hard race to catch back up as well. Eric Monaco, however, is about 0.2 of a second faster than the 9 right now. So that's an interesting proposition here, because he's got to open it up a little bit more. He's got to close that gap a bit more, the interval a bit more, because the 9 does have a pretty big lead here. However, he is quicker than car number 9 right now. However, the battle right now for third is heating up as Noah Hart is all over the back of Roman Rahal, and Jacob Hart with Matty Myatt and Zachary Fitzwater closing in. Turner also is setting some blisteringly fast lap times to try and catch this group as well. So here comes Hart now, finally underneath Roman Rahal here, zipping around this course once again here, and it looks like Noah Hart's going to get third position, I believe, here. No, maybe not. On the backside of the course here, flies around the outside. Hart's going to get on the apron, or get on the curbing there. That's going to force Rahal off. They're making contact right now down the straightaway there, and it looks like, oh boy, this is some really close quarters, beating and banging racing for third position here, as Hart's going to have the advantage going through this section of corner. Now, will Jacob take advantage of this as well? It looks like that's definitely a possibility here. However, Roman Rahal slots into 4th quite cleanly here. But watch out for the 19 to maybe make a move down into turn number 1. We're going to see what kind of a run he gets up and over the start-finish straight hill here at Catawba Central. And I don't think Hart's close enough here, but could he lay a bumper on the 32? Looks like he's trying to, but didn't get close enough there to really kind of shove the 32 out of the way. Jacob Hart would try to the outside of Roman Rahal, but it didn't really work there as Rahal is trying to fight back here on Noah Hart. Man, this has actually been a really good race for battling-wise, actually, in this race. It's actually been quite clean despite the bumping and banging a little bit here. That's all fine and dandy. And other than the fact that Jesse Turner, I think it's turned 2 or 3 cars in this race. I know at least 2. But right through here seems to be, through the slow speed corners is where Rahal seems to have the advantage. But it looks like the 18 has the advantage down the straightaway here. So, like I said, it's a very point-shoot kind of track, so this is kind of why some of the slower cars without top speed tend to do well here. That's why you're seeing Cody Lamas in the 48 struggle with this track a bit, as now Vince Freeze is kind of pulling on him a bit. Like I said, this isn't the type of track where we expected the FEI cars to do really well on, and I don't think next week at Mosport will be either. Petronas Honda, very interestingly, brings Aiden Shepard down pit road. Keep in mind, in a little bit, Shepard would have been a factor for Kenny Myatt to have to lap. So that was a very interesting move there by the 12 team to bring him down. I'm thinking that was just trying to get the 12 out of the way. Jacob Hart once again is going to try and get by Rahal. He has the inside through that hairpin down there. However, like I said, this track is getting to a point where you start going through this section where there's been a lot of bumping and banging so far throughout the day. And looks like actually Jacob Hart's going to make the move stick before Roman Rahal can fight back. So great move there by the Hart brothers to get by the 32 car. And they have to try and take down their assault now on the 83 and the 9. So far down in 30th position. This hasn't been a great race for Sean Perkins' championship hopes here. His championship started off actually as a real serious threat here, but it's kind of capitulated right before everyone's eyes as the season's gone on, and Perkins looks quite mediocre right now. Possibility that that driver might be replaced in the season as well. I can't remember, but was Jesse Turner one of the cars that turned the 99, or that turned the 12? I think he might have been, as he's looking underneath here, and Aiden Shepard was holding him up quite badly there, and, well, Shepard, I think, Shepard's fighting back, and he's definitely a lap down, so he is not happy with Turner there. I don't remember if he was the car that was involved in a battle there, and the 12 going around, but I think he is definitely not too happy with the 99. And Aiden Shepard, it's been proven that he has quite a bit of a temper here, because, there was an incident at Portland with Cody Lamas that was quite interesting to see as well. Jacob Hart now is reeling in his brother a little bit here. This is what we wanted to see. This is what we wanted to see out of Jacob Hart here, because Jacob Hart's season has not gotten off to a great start. He hasn't had any real standout performances. He's been consistent, but hasn't had a real standout performance. Where Noah Hart has had 2 really standout performances, winning 2 races in a row in Edmonton and Portland, as he rockets down the straightaway again here. Looks like Noah Hart is starting to pull a little bit on Jacob Hart a little bit, but it's all down to, looks like, once again, Eric Lenico's closing in by a 10th here on Kenny Myatt. Another driver with a threat to lose her ride is Clara Irwin, with the threat of Alex Rowe possibly coming on board to fill that car. I'm thinking Clara Irwin could be in trouble. Especially if, well, maybe not if rumors are true and they might actually bring the 41 to a couple of races coming up here. And maybe for the rest of the season, the 41 of Rowe might show up. Also with Chase Dunbar possibly as a threat to take some rides as well. So watch out for some drivers to possibly get up the order here and possibly get some rides for full-time rides after Indianapolis maybe. Tim Fiegel and Christian Vanderpesch are doing battle. Vanderpesch has slowly but surely actually gained a couple of spots in this race, and Fiegel has lost a couple since the last time we checked in with him, as Vanderpesch is trying to do everything he can to get by here, but it doesn't look like it's going to be the easiest thing in the world right now. Aiden Shepard and Vince Freeze is an interesting battle here, but I'm more interested to see what's going to happen with the 48 car, because Aiden Shepard has really held up the 50 so far in this battle, and that's actually helping the 48. The 48 and the 12, though, have a history together, And I'm wondering how the 12's going to deal with the 48 here, or the 48's going to deal with the 12, rather, because the 48 and 12 don't really like each other that much, and after Portland especially, and I'm expecting the 48 to struggle with the 12 a bit. Do It for Dale Jr., Sean Hart, Nick Pericles have been in a heated battle, even though Pericles is quite a bit faster than some of these drivers around him. He has had a hard time getting by Art, who has been very defensive with his positioning here. And believe it or not, they're actually kind of catching Benoit Laverne, who's had an absolutely atrocious weekend this weekend in Ohio, here in Port Clinton. Very tough weekend for him, as here comes Connor Monaco trying to get by Trek Tauger for 16th. That's going to be an interesting battle, because Connor Monaco has passed all of these cars, actually. So, interesting to see that kind of play out there. Here comes a couple more cars. It looks like Cody Lamas actually got by quite easily around Aiden Shepard. I was just going up to check that, as Scott Roush, Tim Fiegel, and Christian Vander Pesch are going to do battle as well. Remember, Vander Pesch could also be a championship contender as well. However, he's really got to get his season on course as well. Here comes Fiegel trying to make a move here on Roush. However, it doesn't look like it's going to be the easiest thing in the world, as he is pulling now on Vander Pesch here, going through this kind of fast, sweeping section of the course here. Got to be real careful not to make any silly maneuvers here that might jeopardize your race through this chicane here. We've seen some cars do that, and it makes your race kind of go really haywire there. Vince Freeze now has caught Ryan Haupt now, as Haupt now needs to do his best to try and hold off the 50 car. Haupt was a driver in the American 700 who basically had to limp home a car for points, but it looks like Ryan Haupt is doing his best to kind of hold off some of the cars here. He's in the top 10, and that's better than how a lot of people thought the Fusion Sports would be doing. Jesse Turner now has kind of reeled in the 6 and the 91 a bit here, which is also kind of because the 32 is kind of an anchor on that whole group. And watch out for the 99 to possibly get up the order here as well, because we know that 99's fast and a bit reckless for that matter. Last time by, Eric Monaco was almost a half-second faster than the 9 car, actually over a half-second faster a lap than the 9, so he is really churning on the jets to possibly catch the 9 here. Quick little note here, pit stops at this race are quite low because of tire wear on this track. This track does not wear tires hardly at all. With the fuel tanks being as big as they are, they can go quite a ways on a tank of gas. It's just a lot of times they choose not to based on tire wear. So we have not actually seen a scheduled pit stop for tires yet. So that should be an interesting battle going forward. However, Scott Roush and Benoit Laverne would be the first 2 cars to bite on the pit road here, taking a different strategy approach than everybody else in the field. Will it pay off for them is the big question. I think it might. Jesse Turner would be the first of that kind of leading 8 cars to slide into the pits. That's what he needs to do because, quite frankly, Turner's not going to get by easily without playing some pretty creative pit strategy games here. So I think that's the way that Turner's going to get by, maybe 6 and 91. Both Eric Monaco and Kenny Myatt have not brought it down pit road yet, but I'm interested to see. Here comes the 18 down, so the 3rd place car is coming in now. Trying to get an easier jump here as his brother and teammate Jacob Hart is staying out another lap here. Here comes Ray Hall, Myatt, and Fitzwater. They are battling with the, what's the 90-48 doing on the pit road entry? He went way down low there. I'm interested to see what's going to happen in comparison to the, what car was it that pitted? The 99 here, with the, especially the 91 and whoever the 91 and the 6 was battling with. So I'm interested, and the 32 for that matter, so I'm interested to see if the 99 is going to close in here. And as basically everyone in the back of the field's coming in, except for Kenny Myatt, Eric Monaco in 2nd, and Jacob Hart in 3rd. It's all going to be down to pit stop strategy now. Can Eric Monaco close in a little bit here? Because it looks like Monaco is kind of stalled out his run a little bit on this section. Here's the pit road exit now for a lot of drivers here. Cars did come out of the pits, and this is Vince Freeze and Cody Lamas battling with Ryan Haupt. They finally have caught Ryan Haupt. We're going to see here. Here's a Roman Rahal. Jesse Turner has leapfrogged both of them, and this is where things get very interesting because Jesse Turner has leapfrogged all 3 of these cars Rahal, Myatt, and Fitzwater here. As Vince Freeze goes a little wide there trying to get by Ryan Hopp. And oh boy, we've got some close battling all over this track here as Rahal and Myatt are duking it out. Lamas is underneath Freeze for, I believe that's 12th now, so this is what Lamas has been waiting for all day, was to try and make a move on Freeze. Freeze isn't going to make it easy, though, as they duke it out through some of these corners here. Lamas slides a bit there, and Freeze fights back. This is the type of racing between two of the major championship contenders that we were expecting to see throughout the season. Even if it is for midfield positions, this is exactly what we expected to see. Meanwhile, Zachary Fitzwater's trying to get by Roman Rahal here, and it looks like here he goes through some of these cornering complexes here. The last couple of corners here, it looks like Fitzwater does lose a bit of ground there on Rahal. Jacob Hart has been passed once again by Noah Hart there, as Kenny Myatt and Eric Monaco have made their pit stops, and Monaco right now has to keep closing in on Kenny Myatt. However, it is a lot closer than it was before. So I think down to about 5 seconds. Johannes Rudavara would get a speeding penalty and have to come back down pit road for a stop-and-go penalty, so that's not a good thing for Rudavara, as he is relegated all the way back to 31st position. That's not where Rudavara wants to be, but he's going to come out in behind Scott Roush and in front of Sean Perkins. Perkins, remember, pitted early, so Perkins is back up to 13th position, but will Perkins be able to make it on fuel at the end of the race? That's a big question. Ryan Hopp, Vince Freeze, and Cody Lamas are starting to reel in the 32 of Roman Rahal, as Ryan Hopp is setting some very quick lap times there in the 138.8 ranges. Still the fastest car out there right now has got to be Jesse Turner. Jesse Turner is flying around this Catawba Central circuit here. Up to 4th, going for 4th position on Jacob Hart, as Hart's got to slide wide here. And here comes Turner now through kind of this slalom section of the course here where you got to slide back and forth a bit. And this is going to be Turner's spot here. Turner is a man on a mission to get up through the grid as he takes 4th position. Noah Hart now is closing in with the fastest lap of the race now. Noah Hart is setting the fastest lap of the race. He's trying to take over 2nd position from Eric Monaco. Monaco's got to do his best to hold off that lead, or have to hold off 2nd place, but right now it's, oh man, Kenny Myatt has put on a clinic out there, showing people how to race around this track here. This is what his 26th win could possibly be, and it could be at his home race in Port Clinton, Ohio. Close battling here between Benoit Lotharavine and Tanya Jackwater. Oh, Jackwater's going to lose it off the front bumper of the off the 8 car there, and Jackwater is definitely going to lose that spot. Luckily, a good save there by Tanya Jackwater. Noah Hart is all over the back of Eric Monaco now as they go through this little section of the track here. And oh boy, is he close now. This is the kind of racing that we expect out of these two drivers, as Monaco has put on a clinic, been by far one of the best young guns in the series so far this season, just hasn't had the luck. If he had some luck at the start of the year, Eric Monaco would definitely be fighting with Lamas and Freeze for the championship as of right now. However, with these kind of runs and where Lamas and Freeze are currently running, if that keeps up, Freeze is in 10th. This could be a great day for someone like Eric Monaco. Mean Ratzenberger and Trek Tauger would be doing battle for position here. Oh, back there, DJ Curtis must have done a really bad pit stop if he's running that far back. But Trek Tauger and Ratzenberger have been battling quite hard in this race as well. As Dillifordale Jr. must have had a good stop there, as he's up to a pretty good position. Where's Connor Monaco, ironically? I think he had a bad stop, though, from what I heard. Oh, it looks like Roman Rahal and Ryan Hopp are really going at it for 8th here. Watch this battle as this might unfold later on. They've been really hammering at each other as, in fact, I was going to click off here, but it looks like Hopp finally got underneath the 32, got a better run through the corners, kind of chopping off the 32. They're nearly making contact down that little straightaway there before the corner, and it looks like Hopp is going to get the spot. Excellent move there by Ryan Hopp. Hayden Shepard would still be a problem in this race, as it looks like, or for Kenny Myatt, as Myatt has really been unopposed this entire race. He has had but he's been in his own area code. I don't think he's seen a car in like 10 laps, it seems like. or in like 20 laps, as he is kind of getting a little frustrated with his teammate Shepard here as he goes by on the outside of a corner. He is just kind of interested in getting by people, and I think Aiden Shepard made his life a bit easy there by letting him go. Battle for 17th position here between Tanya Jackwater and Nick Pericles has been getting heated, as Pericles has the better car than Jackwater down the straightaway here, and Pericles is kind of trying to do a recovery drive through this field, and he is trying to dive bomb it down into the first hairpin, and that's a pretty good move actually if you're Nick Pericles here, as he clears Tanya Jackwater. Here comes Noah Hart once again, trying to get some type of a move on Eric Monaco here. This is really the main battle here, and they're just hoping that something happens to the 9 that would prevent him from finishing the race, and there's not even a car that's near him, so it would have to be a mechanical problem of some type. And Eric Monaco and Noah Hart have put on a good show for second position of this entire, well, at the first bit of the race, and now it's the reverse roles here. So, this has been a thoroughly awesome race. Benoit Letheravine and Sean Perkins have kind of been playing a bit of bumper tag so far in this race. Letheravine's going to get to the inside of Perkins, but Letheravine has Benoit Letheravine has a disadvantage going into the next quarter here, especially since Perkins, like I said, has the inside to this corner. However, Letheravine is really holding strong there, and now Letheravine has the advantage to this corner here and is actually going to get the spot, it looks like, on Perkins. So that was a good move there by Benoit Letheravine, sticking with it and not bailing out of it too early. Oh, something's wrong with Johannes Rudavara's car. He has a definite mechanical problem. He's going off the road here, just trying to make sure that he can not... Oh, what is he doing? He's on the access road way out there, so Rudavara with a lot of mechanical problems with the Ferrari. Jacob Hart now is reeling back in Jesse Turner. It seems like Turner used up a bit of his car too much here, coming to the end of this race. Hart's only got a couple of shots left, only 2.5 laps to go in this race. Meanwhile, it looks like Eric Monaco is starting to pull back away on Noah Hart. So it looks like, and right now, Kenny Myatt's just setting fast his laps right now in what I almost call the most dominant race I've ever seen in ARCSOA. Kenny Myatt has not even been seen since the start of this race. So, just what an awesome performance so far. 3 cars duking it out here. The Rudavara lap car down in last position. Keep in mind, no cars have fallen out of this race. Alex Spencer and Clara Irwin have all been doing battle. Irwin is so slow right now that damaged cars are battling her for position and passing her. So I don't think that bodes well for Irwin's career in the future. Connor Monaco's making a move underneath the 88 car. Monaco did have a terrible pit stop. He was up to 15th at one point. Excuse me, got the hiccups there. The Monaco and Tauger would get by Dewitt-Verdale Jr., who has struggled on this road course. With 2 laps to go, Tanya Jackwater looks very intent to fight back on Sean Perkins for 17th. As, oh man, this has been some, like I said, some really heavy battling through the field. Awesome showings, though, from everybody in this race. I'm shocked no one's fallen out yet. The 12 of Aiden Shepard has made Madeline Myatt's life quite miserable trying to lap him. I would be not too happy if I'm Madeline Myatt. Madeline Myatt runs off the road and forces Shepard way to almost lose it there. And actually, I see what he's trying to do. He's trying to put Madeline Myatt in the threat of Fitzwater here, and that's actually a good move by Petronas here. Petronas is known to play these team games quite frequently here, and Shepard's doing an awesome job of doing that as Fitzwater's really closed in, coming to the white flag. Madeline Myatt's got to be fuming with Shepard here. Look how easy Shepard makes it for his teammate to get by. Look how that is teammate of the year right there for Aiden Shepard as they come to take the white flag. I don't know if Fitzwater has a shot to really take down the 91, but that was teammate of the year right there for Aiden Shepard. Kenny Myatt has never been the strongest in his home state. He came second at the first Catawba Island race, and he won the first ever round of Ohio race at Nelson's Ledges. However, other than that, Kenny Myatt has done virtually nothing around this state. However, he's always wanted to do well on this state here, his home state, the state where ARCSOA was formed. And today, we have an ARCSOA Hall of Fame celebration today, and then we have what quite possibly will be the unquestioned best driver in ARCSOA history, driving around here to take his record-setting victory. All he has to do is finish this lap, and he has his 26th victory. He wanted to do it so badly at the American 700, but he said if there was a second best place to do it, it would be here in Ohio. And I think the fans are going to go crazy as Kenny Might has put on an absolute clinic around this track to show how you race it. He comes off the final corner, goes up the hill, towards the start-finish line. Kenny Might is going to win the round of Port Clinton here at the Catawba Central International Raceway here at the ARCSOA Hall of Fame. A fantastic, dominant performance by the 9. His 4th win of the season. Eric Monaco gets another second-place finish without a victory. It'll come to him one day. When, I don't know, but it will come to him. 3rd, rounding out the podium, will be Noah Hart. We'll take a look at your full results right now. I think the one thing I want to stress before we get through the results is not a single car fell out of this race. All 31 cars that started finished the race, so an excellent job by everybody. Round of applause to everyone in the field. Kenny Might was your winner today, winning his 26th victory, and I don't think I've ever seen him that excited to win a race before in his life. Winning the round of his home race, the only race in Ohio, here at the ARCSOA Hall of Fame, beating Nick Mace's record on his home turf. That's what you want to see. Eric Monaco 10 seconds back in second as he was pretty embroiled with a battle with Noah Hart here. It really wasn't close between Monaco and Myatt there. Hart comes across 3rd. Jesse Turner with the best drive to the field. Keep in mind, Jesse Turner started all the way back in 16th position to come home 4th on a road course is incredibly impressive. 5th to Jacob Hart, 6th to Madeline Myatt, 7th to Zachary Fitzwater, 8th to Ryan Hobbs, 9th to Roman Rahal, 10th to Cody Lamas. Cody Lamas actually passed Vince Freeze at the tail end of that race. We didn't get video of it, but because quite frankly I didn't know what happened until now. But good job by Cody Lamas to actually increase his point lead to Vince Freeze over losing it, especially considering DJ Curtis finished all the way down in 23rd position, which he's the main closest championship rival. After Vince Freeze, we have Tim Fiegel, Christian Vanderpesch with a nice recovery drive. Scott Roush kind of had a poor end of the race for him there. 15th for Benoit Theravine, 16th to Nick Pericles, 17th to Sean Perkins. He didn't have to pit, but that different pit strategy didn't help him hardly at all. 18th to Tanya Jackwater, 19th to Sean Ard, 20th to Connor Monaco. A bad pit stop really hurt him because he would have been battling up around the top 10. He would have definitely had the most impressive race of the season if he didn't have a terrible pit stop, Connor Monaco. Trek Tauger, 21st. Not a great run for Tauger today. Do It for Dale Jr. in 22nd. DJ Curtis did not want that to happen in his championship hunt there. 24th for Mean Ratzenberger and 25th for Tyler Thaber, the last car to score points. Spencer, Irwin, Force, Hashimoto, Shepard, Rudavara would all not finish in the points. However, they would finish the race. Shepard, of course, got essentially wrecked out of any meaningful position because he was fighting up kind of with Jesse Turner, really. And he had kind of the speed to match Turner early in the race. Let's take a look at your points leaving the round of Port Clinton. So, Cody Lamas is our point leader still, over 12 points over Vince Freeze. DJ Curtis did not close in hardly at all there, but Vanderpesch and Monaco certainly did. Monaco definitely certainly did. The position on the side of the board hasn't been actually changed because they were set up from last week. So don't pay attention to where this column over here. Oops, sorry there. Madeline Might up on 208, Noah Hart on 202. Noah Hart and Kenny Might are really closing in. Fiegel also's up there as well, but watch out for Hart and Kenny Might. He might only 60 points back for Noah Hart. A good Indianapolis 250 can put Noah Hart and Kenny Might right back in it. Sean Perkins and Fitzwater in this still. Once you start getting down to Pericles, Lothar-Ravine, and Turner, also close Rookie of the Year battle between Lothar-Ravine and Turner, you're starting to get out of the realistics. You're down by 100 points, and it's starting to get a bit shaky there, especially with the number of races left. Shepard, Hopt, Irwin, Hart, Force, Spencer, Fordale, Jackwater, Rudavara, Rahal, Ratzenberger, Hashimoto, Thaber, Tauger, Roush, Monaco, and Ard. Realistically, they're all done. And I think actually Ard might be technically mathematically eliminated, but outside of that, realistically, they're fighting for their own jobs there, right there. So, with that being said, the next race is the round of Mosport, so it should be interesting to see what the drivers can do on a track that tends to favor drivers with a lot of experience in the past. So we will see you for the round of Mosport.